Hi guys, welcome back. I'm so glad you could join me today. I'm actually going to be doing this particular look I have on now in two parts for you. The first part is going to be all my face stuff and the second part is going to be my eyes. And that way I can really break it down and show you step by step how I do it. So I really hope you enjoy this insight into how I do my makeup, and stay tuned for part one. Okay, so the first thing obviously is going to be my moisturizer. My skin's feeling a little dry today, so I'm going to go ahead and use my Miracle Worker by Philosophy. I find it's a very wonderful, thicker moisturizer for me. I'm just going to put that in different areas on my face. I know I use my fingers. I usually use a scoop, but I can't find them right now. I'm going to get right up by my eyes. On days that I don't feel like my skin's as dry, I'll use my Olay moisturizer because it's a lot thinner. Next, I'm going to go ahead and use a primer. Today I'm just going to use Fix and Perfect by Rimmel. This is the original formulation. I'm just going to put it where I have the most problems with my pores. Just smooth that in. It's important not to overwork this primer. And I always try to do an upward whenever I'm putting creams and things on my face. Next, I'm going to apply my foundation, and today I'm going to use my Neutrogena Healthy Skin. My color is Natural Tan today. I also use Warm Beige. It just depends on whether I'm feeling like I am losing color on a particular day. They're pretty close in shade, so either one depending on what I feel I need that day. Now, the way that I like to do my foundation is kind of like a moisturizer as far as putting it on initially. I use my fingers. Then I'm going to just take a stipple brush. This is just an e.l.f. stipple brush. You can use any one you have. And then I'm just going to stipple it all over my face. I wouldn't necessarily use this technique on a foundation that has to be worked with very quickly. But I find that if I am using a foundation that I can work with, I get a great finish when I just really work it in with the stipple brush. Make sure you come down and rub your jawline. Just to blend out your makeup. The next thing I'm going to do is apply concealer. Today I'm going to use my Revlon Photo Ready Concealer. I love this. It's got a great texture. It's very easy to apply. You can use a brush, but I just usually X it on my face. I'm using a small X because it distributes product over a bigger area. And I'm just going to check any places I feel like I need concealer. Now, I know a lot of people blend their concealers with their fingers, and that's perfectly fine, but when I do a stipple foundation, I stipple my concealer so that everything has the same finishing consistency. The next step for me is to apply a bronzer all over my face. I always start at my jawline. To create a shadow. Helps with your double chins. Then just swirl. I like to do an all over at this point, very lightly. Going to be using a light touch and really just going all over just to warm up my face. The next step is going to be to contour my cheeks. For that, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. blush and bronzer duo and a small angled blush brush. This one is from e.l.f. as well. I like to use small motions and go back and forth over the area after sucking in my cheeks, and that just helps to give me a guideline. And you want to make sure you're concentrating towards the back and fading it out towards the front. And as you can tell, just doing that little bit of contouring really does help to shape and define the face. I'm also going to contour right up here. Just to give the forehead a little contour as well. The next step is going to be my blush, and for that today I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Mellow Wine blush. And I'm using my Eco Tools angled blush brush. This is bigger than the one I used to contour. The last step for my cheeks is going to be to highlight them and to highlight a few places around on my face. For that, I'm just going to use my Physicians Formula Waikiki Strips. It's a bronzer highlighter. I'm just going to swirl in the upper part where it's lighted. And just highlight the highest part of your cheekbones. Highlight down the nose, the middle of the forehead, the Cupid's bow, and the very tip of the chin. Now the last thing I'm going to do is my lipstick and lip gloss. First I'm going to apply e.l.f.'s Voodoo. Now if you find that this part of your mouth is smaller than the rest of your lips, this is a good little trick just to add some fullness to them on the sides. Then I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Bronze Berry in 568, which is one of the Mega Slicks lip glosses. And I'm going to highlight the center of the top and the bottom lips. Well, there we have it, everyone. Part 1 of our tutorial, the face. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I do some of the things I do. And it's not necessarily how I would do it for every look I'm trying to achieve, but for this particular face look, that's the way I chose to do it. I hope that you found it informative and interesting, and be sure to stay tuned for part 2 because that's going to be this eye look. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.